two-year-old qualifying races from the Meadows for Wednesday, June 22nd. Track starting off listed as good, remained listed as good throughout the full session. -2, 2-second allowance for the first three races, -1 allowance for races 4 through 16. First race for two-year-old Pacers, number 1, Real Infusion by Real Desire, trained by Rich Gillock, the driver, Dick Stillings. Number 2, Seth First by Stone Ridge Regal, trained and driven by Steve Schoeffel. Number 3, Catch the Terror by Western Terror, trained by Randy Bendis, the driver, Tony Hall. 4, Chili's Dragon by Dragon Again, trained by Dan Altmeyer, the driver, Mike Wilder. Number 5, Clonapan by No Pan Intended, trained by Ron Burke, the driver, Dave Pallone. Number 6, He's a Dreamer by He's All That, trained by Paul Kennedy, the driver, Eric Ledford. Number 7, TSM Gabby Warbucks by Cole Muffler, trained by Jan Fred, the driver, Dan Rawlings. Second qualifying race of the session, this one for two-year-old filly trotters. Number 1 was scratched. Number 2, Northern Cindy by Like a Prayer, trained by Johnson Hill Jr. The driver is Randy Tharps. 3 was scratched. Number 4, This Kid Can't Wait by Cincinnati Kid, trained by Ron Burke. The driver, Dave Pallone. Number 5, Up Front Bye Bye by Cantab Hall, trained and driven by Bill Zent. Number 6, Anna Mona Hanover by Cantab Hall, trained by Charlie Norris. The driver, Ray Paver. And number 7, Taylor Jean by Cantab Hall, trained by Dan Altmeyer, the driver, Mike Wilder. Qualifier number 3 was for two-year-old Colt Pacers. Number 1, Shark Teen by 4 Stars Shark, trained by Rich Gillock, the driver, Dick Stillings. Number 2, TSM Warhol T by Real Artist, trained by Jan Fred, the driver Tony Hall. Number 3, Verlander by Hawaiian Cowboy, trained by Paul Kennedy, driver Eric Ledford. Number 4, Art Money by Real Artist, trained by Ron Burke, the driver Dave Pallone. Number 5, Request on Demand by Quick Pulse Mindale, trained by Roy Barnhart, the driver Dan Rawlings. Number 6, Picture Perfect by Dragon Again, trained by Randy Bendis driving. Fourth qualifier for 2-year-old filly trotters. Track once again listed as good, but the allowance changed to just a 1 second allowance, 1 second allowance for races 4 through 16. Fourth race, number 1, Riley Reagan by Sierra Cosmos, trained by Janet Irvine, the driver Don Irvine Jr. Number 2, Pink Cloud by Garth Vader, trained by Doug Snyder, the driver Doug Snyder Jr. Number 3, Gainer Blue Chip by Andover Hall, trained by Ron Burke, the driver Dave Pallone. Number 4, Northern Miss Hall by Like a Prayer, trained by Johnson Hill Jr., the driver Randy Tharps. Number 5, Voluptuous Rhonda by Broadway Hall, trained and driven by Tom Houghton. Two-year-old filly pacers in the 5th. Number 1, NF Jessica by Metropolitan, trained and driven by Aaron Johnston. Number 2, Max Mike and GQB by McArdle, trained by Chris Rickard, the driver Dave Pallone. Number 3, What a Smile by I Am a Fool, trained by Rick Guerin, driver Eric Ledford. Number 4, Late Night Terror by Western Terror, trained by Dan Altmeyer, the driver Mike Wilder. Number 5, Remix by Quick Pulse Mindale, trained by Randy Bendis, the driver Tony Hall. Number 6 was scratched. Number 7, Rosebud Shark Alert by 4 Stars Shark, trained by Brian Indoff, the driver Dick Stillings. Sixth race featuring 2-year-old filly trotters. Number 1, Barefoot Brook by Cantab Hall, trained by Boots Dunn, the driver Chris Shaw. Number 2, Blue Ridge Abigail by Keystone Savage, trained by Dane Snyder, the driver Doug Snyder. Number 3, Crystal Rain by Majestic Sun, trained by Ron Burke, the driver Dave Pallone. Number 4, Art Song Hanover by Donato Hanover, trained by Dan Altmeyer, the driver Mike Wilder. Number 5, Eleanor Eden by Thunder Road, trained by Marty Wollum, the driver. Number 6, Andy Nicole Tom Ridge by Tom Ridge, trained by Tim Twaddle, the driver Greg Grismore. Number 7, Chow Doe by Chip Chip Hooray, trained by Aaron Hamilton, the driver Dick Stillings. Seventh qualifying race for 2-year-old colt pacers. Number 1, Ticklish Terror by Western Terror, trained by Bob Krenitsky Jr., the driver Dave Brickle. Number 2, Sin City Baby by All-American Native, trained and driven by Steve Schoeffel. Number 3, Winback Jake by Quick Pulse Mindale, trained and driven by Randy Bendis. Number 4, Rising Shark by 4 Stars Shark, trained by Jim Rothfuss, the driver Andrew Naser. Number 5, Real Future by Real Desire, trained and driven by Ray Paver. Number 6, Excitable Boy by the Ponderosa, trained by Brian Indoff, the driver Mike Wilder. Two-year-old filly trotters in the 8th race, track good, temperature 74 degrees, a 1-second allowance. Number 1, Broadway Beauty by Broadway Hall, trained by Chris Rickert, the driver Dan Charlino. Number 2, Kena Hanover by Cantab Hall, trained by Brad Provost the driver. Number 3, High Heels Hanover by Andover Hall, trained and driven by Steve Schoeffel. Number 4, Sequin Hanover by SJ's Caviar, trained by Ron Burke, the driver Dave Pallone. Number 5, Delhi's Jewel by Tagliabue, trained by Ray Sims, the driver Dick Stillings. Number 6, Endless Sky by SJ's Caviar, trained and driven by Aaron Johnston. Number 7, Kamikaze by SJ's Caviar, trained and driven by Dean Collins.